Hey guys, it's Max coming to you from Condo 2.0 here at Sony's event, and I was really hoping to see the A7S III, but that is not going to happen, unfortunately. I'm once again disappointed, and right now I'm headed over to check out the Ronin S. So I was not at NAB this year, unfortunately, but they are having a setup here. They're going to show it off. Hopefully I'll get to test it and see how it compares to my favorite gimbal, the Zhiyun Crane.
Now everyone says they want a smaller, lighter gimbal again for the mirrorless and DSLR and small cinema-sized cameras. So we made the Ronin S. We'll just keep making Ronins. You ask for more Ronins, we make more Ronins.
So I've spent a little while shooting with the Ronin S, and I have to say this thing is a beast. Not only the build quality, but the weight of this system. So I thought it was going to compare more closely to my Crane V2, but this is basically more like a Crane 2 and maybe even a little bit larger and heavier. With that said, it feels super solid, and the capabilities of this compared to my Crane, which I'll grab over here, it's much more capable, not only in the strength of the motors, the amount of weight that you can balance on the system, which is more important really than motor strength, the ability to have different accessories hooked up, the sport mode, holding down the M, and this thing just follows anything you want on the fly. You let go and now you're back to your smooth shots. Holding down this trigger and then just being able to lock off the shot, and then all of a sudden you let go. Now you're doing your regular smooth shots. That is really, really cool to have, where on the Crane V2, I have to switch my modes. So I can switch my mode, have it be locked off, switch, have it be follow, or switch over to like a different profile and have a sport mode, where with this guy, on the fly, I could just do these crazy shots. Let me move this down a little bit. That's cool. And then hold down the trigger, and then now all of a sudden I am just locked off here. So along with the larger size, the motors are super powerful. They're saying that the motors are about twice as powerful as on the Ronin M or C200, EVA 1, FS5. This thing will handle it, whereas of course the Crane V2 does not. So I do like having this gimbal, even though I have gimbals that handle more weight. This is what I use most of the time, which is why I'm comparing these two, seeing what it's going to be like moving over to something like this. With this, I typically use a mirrorless camera with a prime lens, keep it small, light, so I can just shoot for a very long time and not get tired. Holding this thing, I'm already kind of getting tired, so I'm going to be building more muscle using a system like this, but it's definitely much more capable. They have a mode called Infinite Mode, which you don't get with this, where you can actually roll the camera and get some really, really sweet shots. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. Basically, if you're trying to choose between the two, and that's why you're watching this video, not just for fun, if you shoot a small camera, light lenses, I think this is going to be more of your go-to. And if you're coming from a two-handed gimbal like the Ronin M or some other system, but you want the conveniences of a single-handed gimbal, being able to hold it closer to your body, being able to see the screen, which you cannot with Crane gimbals, and just being small, light, and not having to hold something out in front of you and away from you, this thing is going to do the job. So DJI is holding it back a little bit. It should be launching beginning of June, actually. They wanted to get the software right, which I applaud them for doing that. A lot of companies just push something out onto the market because they have deadlines, and then they have issues and firmware updates and all that stuff. So thank you, DJI. I'm looking forward to picking one of these up and doing a longer term review. But for now, if you want to move down into a single-handed gimbal with a larger camera system, or maybe same type of camera system but using these G Master lenses, this is definitely your go-to over a Crane V2. And honestly, with the price point of this system, if I were choosing between the Crane 2, not the V2, I would choose this guy right here. As far as price points, they're saying under 800 for sure, maybe under 700, but they're still trying to figure that out. You're gonna have wireless follow focus system with the motor that attaches for under 200. So if you have manual lenses, you're gonna be able to control those. And they have this follow focus system, which does not work with the Sony cameras. They have a little display unit so you can change all your settings. There's a lot of stuff that they're putting out, and they have plans for more accessories as well. So overall, I'm really liking this thing. I knew I would like it. Other than the weight, who knows, they might make a Ronin, I don't know, something lighter and smaller. I think that would be great, because if you're shooting, let's say, an A6500 and a few prime lenses, or even the smaller, lighter zooms, this thing is really overkill. You're really going to be putting a strain on yourself, and it is unnecessary. But for the more pro market, the guys who are shooting with larger systems, this thing is excellent. And I'd say quality-wise and capability-wise, it does take a step over what Crane is doing, even with the Crane 2. So if you guys have any questions, you guys can ask in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer them. I will be picking one of these up and doing a full review, so make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and check that out, enable those notifications. This has been Max, and I will see you in the next video.